Hi everyone. I'd like to get started on a talk about cutting through density of ego, because that's essentially what's happening at the moment with the whole aspect of the shift, the light shining directly on it, and the interaction within human connection, the role we serve as light on the planet. So either way, relationships are going to play that kind of crucial effect in letting the light in. So I'm just going to close this door a bit more, stop it from creaking. Okay, so because it's come to my attention through a relationship of my own, as well as the fact this is what's happening, and if we don't open our eyes to this wider view ourselves, we just keep going with that ego battle, and it's just so overdone that we're really just sick of seeing it on this planet, because we know an overdone ego doesn't serve anyone. I mean, it's got us into the strife that we're in now, and the individuals that keep utilizing the ego as power, they're feeling it, but they're still upholding it. So it's like this blindness that there is anything else that could help, and this staying the same in the density, like not wanting to see anything else. And like we have leaders in roles where if they did contemplate really their actions in the world, shed light on their own actions, they could make different choices. And they're in the position to have that better impact. But so cutting through the density of ego is a passion for me to speak about, really uncovering in everything that we do what essentially is truth. So that's it in a nutshell. So it's breaking up the repeat of old, because the ego tricks you. It's connected to the material world, so it's going to have you believing in the old. It's going to get in the way of seeing anything new. So it's breaking up the repeat of the old. And so it looks like that sphere with all the round and round and round and round, and that can't be good for the human in the middle. Because if things aren't serving our energetic sphere of giving out and what's coming back, and we know it, it's going to weigh us down. And so it's the linear mindset, which includes time as a factor and only time as a factor. So it's really the ego mindset of continued game and telling oneself that it's really just the gain in my image, keeping up the image, but I'm not actually enjoying it. I'm not actually enjoying it. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see me then, so I don't just want to look at the board, I'm sure. But the picture represents the cycle going round and round. And so coming over here just beside it, the cycles we go round in, and I've got the levels of our 7 chakras, and I also just finished watching my favorite teacher, Carolyn Mace, with her building, which is talking about the different levels of consciousness that we go up in ourselves. And the chakras directly relate to the choices we're making. So it's great to put them there beside the sphere of the ego repeat of old, and then you look across to what's actually happening, and it is the first three, the material world, the human in the material world, and the repeat of the ego cycle, not wanting to believe in changing the pattern could be better. And so when one does want to believe the changing of the patterns, like they look at their patterns, I'm not happy with my life, they have to realize they're the ones playing the part of that. So if you're not happy with your life, you can either look at the ego functioning or choose the spirit functioning. If you recognize what ego is, and especially those that are teachers of it, you recognize what ego is, don't buy into it no matter what you've known in life. Like, don't keep buying into it. Because when things occur in your life from the repeat of these negative continued mind game cycles, you're not allowing yourself to see outside of that. So you have to slow it down and stop it. It's pretty obvious. But there's just people that don't want to unattach from ego sort of identity into moreness. But I mean, specifically, I know of a relationship with this teacher that he speaks of the moreness, but when it comes to his combining of it in his own vessel and living this, he just decides to go back into the ego patterns, mind repeat, calling it life, and easy to go back. It's the easier choice to just stay the same, stand by the same, no, it is this way, you know, even though the vibration of that is so obvious. No, it is this way. Whenever any human says, no, it is this way, they're operating from ego. This is how you can look directly at whether someone is functioning at an open spiritual perspective, which still includes a serious tone sometimes to get points across, but it's not in things have to be my way. That's ego. And that's only self-serving if that's the platform they're standing on. And it doesn't serve because it's only linear. It's my ego tells me this is the way to get things, so I'll keep going straight ahead in a linear perspective. I will not consider the whole. So it's very contradictory when teachers say that they are spiritual, but yet when it comes to their own choices in life, they'll keep the lower tone. And so the first three chakras are this repeat. It's not often, if people are predominantly living all the way up 1 to 7, that they're going to have this issue and continual issues in life. Because as you go up, so the first chakra is the physical, the second is our relationship development. So we're born into the world, we have relationships. Love is important for more growth. You're at the solar plexus, which is the soul, so your relationships help nurture growth. And this is where a lot of the stagnation can occur because the mindset tradition is, no, stay the same the way we want life to be. This is the way life is. But we're souls, so we're coming into that expansion now. So we have to connect with others in a way that is open and trusting of the other consciousness that we embody. So we need more trusting, speaking out, no, this is actually the way we want it, and you do that in the most respectful and polite ways. Yes, direct conversation, but it's not of a dragging each other down into like ego patterns, repeat, backwards mentality. It's what serves all of us and we can all have a say. So that's the kind of thing, whether it's two people in relationship or the whole world. So you come up into trust of this consciousness, you learn about it, and you have to get out of the linear mindset and know when you're in that negativity. So the divine mindset, as you go up, will just go from trust at the heart chakra consciousness up to the third eye, which is, the throat chakra. Opening. The throat chakra opening is you're making different choices that are more resonant to life can change. My expression can change. I am not this mindset I've been trained into to stay the same, to fight for it to stay the same. Evolution doesn't stay the same, and we are the growth. So you're trusting the heart. You're opening up to a different expression. You're letting yourself do that. You're getting out of round and round and round. It's familiar, it's easy, it's the way it should be, etc. All this different narrative that is, if it's keeping one other person down with you, not needed. You have to let it go. You have to clean it out. You have to open up your world and your mindset, which is where we go from I'm starting to express myself in new ways at the throat chakra, and I can see clearer and trust that when I do this, life is opening up. This is the mind, the third eye opening up. Life can actually be different. I'm actually starting to feel different. This is a different vibration. This is actually a place where we can live, embody. I do have a choice at any time as a free will being to go back to old, same, lower vibrational patterns, but they don't serve me. It is just a constant round and round trying to defend old ways. And yeah, like I was saying before, that's not evolution. And it is a light evolution. So you have to think light, not I can keep this down and keep it the same evolution. That is not evolution. So we're in evolution. So we've just got to face that fact. You can't keep things the same, especially when they don't serve everyone, human beings on this planet. So you start to trust it because you're feeling it more. This is your energy. And so light gets in. It breaks patterns into allowing the new in from 1 to 7. So people who find it more important to keep the old clear, like they can actually look, they take the time to look, give thanks to that they've cleared out things and see that going forward, they're not going to use their energy in those things. So from the third eye, the mind opening up because you're experiencing it. You've opened, you're trusting that giving of the heart is the wholeness, divine mindset, which more looks like, instead of the spiral round and round like the linear mindset, thinking the same thing is good, staying at the same levels of consciousness and nothing has to change. The wholeness divine mindset is the heart center spark wearing the divine, the divinity in truth, that's what we are, crown. And when you open up from the mind opening, doing different things, and you feel this change in life and embrace it, the opening of spirit to life, that's your light access of the crown, more prominent in your feelings, knowing that what the work you've done from the heart and up is your true connection. So this is truth. This is the evolution we're in. And this is universe. This is cosmos. This is powerful. This makes planets. This made us. This put our souls here in bodies, you know? So it's not this one straight line I'm walking and I feel safe if everything stays the same. It's the light gets in through various acknowledgement, consciousness expansion, growth, felt, lived. You're opening of spirit to life. You're living it. Divine mind. It is the heaven and earth. Accepted. That's wholeness flow. 16 minutes, 15 minutes on the clock. Sweet. Okay. Had to get that out. Because just like that picture looks, that's the target. Like in every moment. Like, if you can remember this kind of stuff, you're helping the evolution on the planet. If you decide that swirl and round to keep things the same, and you're getting the same results is just the way we've always done it, then you're living very linear, the energy that is in dissipation, because that it is light evolution. We've got visitors in the sky coming, like they're now. I've seen and made, I want to say connection, but I'm not going to open up a whole mindset of what connection is with our galactic neighbors. But what I will say is, the more we do this in life, the more we'll feel them, because they don't come towards us or into our view unless we are opening to this heart, as though there is an ease and flow between us. Because if we're down in fear, which resonates in the physical, because that's part of the physical experience, to know fear and not to choose it, not let it keep you down, you know, not keep you in ruts and things, actually come out. Doing this kind of consciousness, constant awareness. Because it's different vibrational, and that's how the galactic neighborhood comes closer. So you can have confidence that it's only in love that they are here to assist. So they're here to assist either way, whether we are in contact or not. And they're only going to make more contact because it's a light evolution. So it's all through love. And when I was sitting with that the other day, that was the message. To let you all know, if you haven't heard it already, that it is love consciousness. They are of higher nature. They're not of, you know, they're not had to go through what we go through on Earth. They're assisting the planet, and we're assisting the planet. So I think that's a very important point to make, so that we don't close down when we hear this new stuff. Because if we buy into the energy of the planet talk, we can block off our own happy contact, because that's what it is. It's very happy. Very happy to be assisting the humans that are assisting the opening of light for this planet, because they want, as much as a lot of us want, not to see the atrocities going on or hear the things that are going on. And because we've kept ourselves in the light, that there is more, we're trusting, we're opening to more. This is light access. We're an excellent part of this evolution. So those things aren't so prominent anymore. I think I'll just share this angel card. I think this is the angel card for the week. I'm not sure of the pronunciation correctly, but Habua ear. Fertility and growth. This means it's your time to thrive. How can you expand today? I shuffled that deck yesterday and got that, but today it's very relevant, and I think that is where it's at, talking about this. That there's much to enjoy in this wholeness divine mind. We're here to thrive. We're not going backwards. So what seems to be, into view like we're going backwards, it's just not possible. We're not. We're not. Okay, thanks for joining me. See you again soon. Bye for now.